Good morning. How are you doing, David?
Doing well. How are you?
Great to talk to you about Snowpiercer and everything else you're doing. It is just a pleasure. I want to start off by saying congratulations, first of all, on Hamilton. What an incredible piece of theater that was, and I imagine what a blessing for you to be, you know, on the Broadway stage.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It was, yeah, a great moment in my life, and I feel very fortunate to have gotten to do that with all my friends. So,
And getting into Snowpiercer again, I am just bowled over by by this wonderful piece of science fiction, but it's also a murder mystery. It's got a lot of layers. What attracted you to the project?
I think it's those exact things. It's got a lot of layers. There's a lot to work with there, and there's a lot to explore. So you would think that in a show that all takes place in a confined system like a train, that there would be some sort of upper limit to the kinds of stories you can tell. But it never really felt that way while I was reading it. So that's what excited me about it.
It looked like the sets that you're on are just incredible. Do those add to your performance?
Oh man, I wish. I wish there was some way that audiences, maybe they'll do like a walkthrough one time, that audiences could get an actual sense of how detailed these sets are. They are beautiful, and so precise. There are so many things on them that no one will possibly see, but that are so helpful for us as actors. The little tiny details.
Your cast is just amazing as well. Is it like a big family?
It is. We really do love hanging out together, and it's so important, I think, on a show that can be so heavy. Um, when that's the work that you're doing, we have a lot of fun. We have fun on set, and then we go out and have fun off set. So it really is just a great group of people.
Who are the biggest troublemakers? Are there a lot of practical jokes going on?
Not a ton of practical jokes, but definitely a lot of jokes. I don't know if you've ever talked to or worked with Mike O'Malley, but that guy keeps the vibe light.
Yeah, actually, he's an incredible guy, and again, even down to the extras that are part of the series, you've got an amazing cast. They really add to the suspension of belief.
It is, and everyone was really committed to the truth of the moments, and that I think is something that's hard to do sometimes when you're dealing with a show that is science fiction, that sort of is encouraging moments that are a bit more fantastic. All of these actors were so committed to the honesty of it, and I think that's a really intriguing thing about the show that I certainly love and enjoy working in, and hopefully people respond to and appreciate.
Are you a fan of science fiction?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's my jam.
Oh, mine too. What you grew up watching things like Star Trek and stuff
Yeah,
like that?
man, the next generation was a holds a very special place in my heart. And yeah, so definitely a Star Trek man, and also just an avid reader of sci-fi too. I love, N.K. Jemisin's my favorite writer of the moment. Ursula Le Guin, the greatest of all time. Like, what?
Yeah, Lathe of Heaven is one of my favorite books.
Oh man, master.
It is so incredible. You do a lot of voice work too. Is that an extension of your singing? I mean, do you find rhythms and cadences in voice acting?
Yeah, I find that in all acting. I sort of everything I do for me comes from the same place. But the thing I love about voice work is that I'm a studio rat, right? Like I like being locked in a studio making records. Like I can't turn this camera around, but if you could, like I have my whole studio set up in this exact room. So I don't leave this room all day. I'll finish these press outlets and then I'll start making songs.
Are you going to hop behind the camera and direct an episode?
Of Snowpiercer, that seems unlikely. These episodes are very expensive. I don't know why you would trust me to direct one. but I don't
I
know.
just think I think you would be a natural at directing, though.
I'm not sure. Directing is a tricky thing. You have to hold a lot in your head, and I think if I have a gift as an actor, I think it might be in my ability to not concern myself with anything that's not my job. So I think like there's a kind of singular focus on just what my character is going through that kind of aids me in that process. But a director has to be the opposite of that. And I don't know, I can't remember, what I'm supposed to do tomorrow. So I don't really know how I would hold that much in my head.
David, it's been a pleasure chatting with you this morning. I could talk to you for an hour, but again,
Yeah,
it's
same.
Snowpiercer TNT. Catch the series. It's an incredible experience to go through. But again, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.